The aftermath of World War II left Europe in disarray, with Germany at the epicenter of political and ideological conflict between the victorious Allied powers. The division of Germany and the Berlin Airlift were crucial episodes in the early Cold War era, setting the stage for the geopolitical tensions that would dominate global politics for decades. This essay examines the causes, events, and consequences of Germany's division and the Berlin Airlift, highlighting their significance in shaping post-war Europe. In July 1945, the Potsdam Conference brought together the leaders of the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom to negotiate terms for the post-war order. One of the critical decisions made was the division of Germany into 4 occupation zones, each administered by one of the Allied powers: the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and France. Berlin, the capital, was similarly divided despite being located deep within the Soviet zone. The division of Germany was not merely a geographic separation, but an ideological one. The Western Allies, led by the United States, sought to rebuild Germany as a democratic state with a capitalist economy. In contrast, the Soviet Union aimed to install a socialist government aligned with its own political and economic system. These conflicting visions set the stage for growing tensions. By 1949, the ideological rift had led to the formal creation of 2 separate German states. In May, the Western Allies established the Federal Republic of Germany (FRG), commonly known as West Germany, with Bonn as its capital. In response, the Soviet Union created the German Democratic Republic (GDR), or East Germany, in October, with East Berlin as its capital. This division solidified Germany's role as a frontline in the Cold War. The Berlin blockade, initiated by the Soviet Union in June 1948, was a direct response to the Western Allies' efforts to consolidate their zones and introduce a new currency, the Deutschmark, in West Germany and West Berlin. The Soviets viewed this move as a threat to their influence in Germany and sought to pressure the Western Allies by cutting off all land and water routes to West Berlin. The blockade effectively isolated West Berlin, cutting off its 2.5 million residents from essential supplies, including food, fuel, and medical necessities. The Soviet strategy aimed to force the Western Allies to abandon their sectors of Berlin, thereby gaining complete control over the city. In response to the blockade, the Western Allies, led by the United States, launched the Berlin Airlift, codenamed Operation Vittles. The airlift began on June 26, 1948, and involved a massive logistical effort to supply West Berlin by air. American and British aircraft flew round-the-clock missions, delivering food, coal, and other essential supplies. The airlift required meticulous planning and coordination. At its peak, planes landed in West Berlin every few minutes. The operation involved over 200,000 flights, delivering more than 2 million tons of supplies over 15 months. The effort showcased the technological and logistical capabilities of the Western Allies and their commitment to defending West Berlin. The Berlin Airlift was a remarkable success, undermining the Soviet blockade. By May 1949, it became clear that the blockade had failed to achieve its objectives. On May 12, 1949, the Soviet Union lifted the blockade, marking a significant victory for the Western Allies and a demonstration of their resolve to counter Soviet aggression. The division of Germany and the Berlin Airlift cemented the ideological divide between East and West. Germany became a central battleground in the Cold War, with both sides establishing rival alliances, NATO in the West and the Warsaw Pact in the East. The events highlighted the deep-seated mistrust and competition between the superpowers. The division of Germany had profound social and economic impacts on the German population. Families were separated, and economic disparities grew between East and West Germany. The Berlin Airlift, however, fostered a sense of resilience and solidarity among West Berliners, strengthening their resolve to resist Soviet pressure. The Berlin Airlift also had significant political repercussions. It bolstered the reputation of the United States and its allies in Western Europe, contributing to the establishment of the Federal Republic of Germany. The events also underscored the importance of Berlin as a symbol of freedom and resistance against totalitarianism, a status it would retain throughout the Cold War. The Berlin Airlift demonstrated the strategic importance of air power and logistics in modern warfare and crisis management. The operation's success influenced future military and humanitarian airlift operations, setting a precedent for international cooperation and rapid response in times of crisis. The division of Germany and the Berlin Airlift were pivotal events in the early Cold War era, shaping the geopolitical landscape of post-war Europe. The ideological clash between East and West, embodied in the division of Germany, led to a prolonged period of tension and competition. The Berlin Airlift, a remarkable feat of logistics and determination, symbolized the Western commitment to defending democracy and resisting Soviet expansion. These events not only influenced the trajectory of the Cold War but also left a lasting legacy on the people of Germany and the world.